All right, so we're this is episode 97 of A Local's Touch. I have Mr. Seko Varner. He's the lead for Positive Vibes Ventures Incorporated, and we're doing this in 5, 4, 3, 2. What's up, everybody? It's your man Latif
and Kalisha.
You're listening to
A Local's Touch. You already know.
Hey, I got one of my homies, one of my brothers up here.
Hey.
Way. We've been knowing each other for a minute now. That's why I said we've been knowing each other for a minute now.
Right. That sounds like the Just Ice song. Going way back in the day.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't recognize his voice, it's Mr. Seko Varner.
Yes, sir.
He's the lead for Positive Vibes Ventures Incorporated. What's up, bro? How you?
Yo, man. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything is up, man. We moving in that direction. That's what's up.
That's my man.
Stay up.
Man. Y'all heard that.
Keep it up.
Y'all heard that.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Move on up. Like the Jeffersons.
He has like the perfect
Peace,
radio
son.
voice.
All right, so look. Let him go ahead and introduce himself, because he
ready.
He already know what to do. Hey, tell everybody about yourself, man. Where you from?
All right, so originally from Brooklyn, New York. Salute to New York. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio. All right, and then moved down here to VA, 2 up and 2 down for VA. Went to Hampton University, yes.
We're not gonna hold that against you, though.
Oh, hey,
okay.
you can boo all you want to, you ain't go. All right, now look, I'm a NSU dad, so both of my children went to NSU, so salute that. NSU actually hired me to run one of their mentorship programs back in the day over an NSU grad.
See?
Yes.
See?
HU wins again.
Okay.
HU wins again.
You hear those subliminal shots he's being thrown? Okay. But, you know,
It's all love,
campus, love the campus. I'm B1, Black First.
Okay.
I'm an Omega man of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm a digga DJ, your favorite DJ, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
he did my way.
most people know me as a wedding DJ, but you know, I've done a lot of other things, you know,
Facts.
that DJ world. I've put out music under the Monkey or Seko sound system, and most recently as Grandpa Crunk. Story behind that. I was DJing a party in P-Town, right? And all the kids were like, hey, Grandpa's getting crunk. Grandpa's getting crunk. And I was like, yo, that sticks.
That's new.
That sticks.
I like that.
And we actually we met at what? Etymology, right? Was it etymology at ODU? Yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, I think that's what we met.
Well, all I know is we've been
Etymology.
DJing events. Well, we've been doing events together for decades.
Yeah.
You know, my
Right.
children, 2000, 2001, we were doing events during that time. Now my son is 23, my daughter's 22.
Right. And
your kids are
very
grown.
successful. Yeah. Mine is my daughter. She's going on 25, and my son just turned 19. So yeah.
And so you were the photographer, videographer. I was the DJ. We were the life of the party.
That's dope.
And I've kind of moved because I've learned a lot. Right. So my area is education. So I've been a teacher, I've been a school counselor, and I learned so much that I took that information and I turned it into a consultancy. So I have Positive Vibes Consultants, and we do educational consulting.
Okay.
We do audio, visual, entertainment consulting.
Wow.
And we also do some really interesting things with finance.
Okay.
That's one of the areas that I got into 2019. And so I help people boost their credit. I help people get money for investments.
You also do, if memory serves me correct, you also do stuff dealing with real estate.
Yeah. So my wife and I fix and flip properties.
Okay.
And so while we started doing that and I learned the investment game, that's when I really started sewing into the consultancy, helping people, because I found out that if you had this, and this, you can get all of this.
Wow.
So I help people get those other things in place so we can collectively get all of this.
So ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know we're going to have this gentleman back on probably multiple
Multiple times. He got so many things.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
I found a way to monetize my ADHD.
Oh man, he caught me all gone with that.
We're gonna get into positive vibes, in the name and things of that nature. But I have a quick question, because you are involved in so many different like umbrellas and so many different things. Can you speak on the mindset of just staying on top of that, because I feel like I meet a lot of people who's always like, you have to stick to one thing and don't elevate your, just focus on one thing, because if you do multiple things, you're going to get distracted, or you're not going to have your best ability to pour into that type of thing. Don't look at me like that. Like, you don't be messing up.
Right. Yeah, people do want you to stay in elementary school.
Yeah. Right. So what would your advice be to people who have multiple talents, but they are kind of under the scene of, I have to just stay in my element? Because I feel like that's how I was, and I got really, really good advice of like reaching out there and doing multiple things. But you have so many things that you're doing.
Well, this is the way I look at it. I'm in one lane. I help people. I help people party. I help people build things. I help people manage things.
Wow. Okay.
I help people.
Okay.
So that's what I do. So the real estate, I help people. The financing, the consultancy, I help people.
Right.
The DJing, the sound production, the music production, I help people. Right. I help people. So if you can find an overarching way to describe the multifacetedness that is you, it'll make sense.
Wow.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
Find that overarching multifacetedness piece that describes what you do. And so I used to be a helper. Now I'd say I'm a creative.
Wow. Okay.
So in the last few interviews, I've kind of described myself as creative, because to help people, you have to be creative. And being a creative involves so many different things, particularly because one of the newest creations I'm working on is a documentary series named Generational Flip.
Wow.
And Generational Flip is, it's a series that follows thought leaders and people who are high on their game because they think differently. Right. And they're doing things very differently than their predecessors. So they're doing a generational flip. They're taking the same people, but they're doing different things, and they're getting different outcomes.
Right.
So I think we all need to do a generational flip.
Wow.
And see, so first and foremost, it's a couple of things that I want to ask you that I really want to talk about. But one of the things that I got to let everybody out there know about this gentleman right here, regardless of what he may be going through, regardless of who may have rubbed him the wrong way in some shape, form, or fashion. I have never, in all the years that I've known this gentleman, I have never seen him upset. I've never.
You ain't lived with me. You weren't my son, your daughter.
I'm just saying, be that so. I'm just saying, from an outsider looking in, and like I said, it's not like we met just yesterday or anything like that. I have never seen this man really upset, and even if something is rubbing him the wrong way, he has a way of being able to smile through it. So, hey man, I got to give you your props on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen from us doing events and stuff, I've seen things kind of get up under your skin in some shape, form, or fashion. Yet you was able to smile through it and still have a positive vibe.
Right. I say. Okay, I say that. Yeah. I kind of lend that to my parents.
Okay.
Right. My parents have such a vainglorious background. I would love to get into that at some point.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they taught me was keep it going. There's this old poem, keep it going. My father, the poem was see it through. When you're up against a trouble, meet it squarely face to face. That's the kind of undergirding that I have through my parents. And they place me in difficult situations, force me to smile, and then after the difficult situation, they said, that wasn't so bad, was it? And one thing I learned was, it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't bad. Right. Wow.
It wasn't so bad. Yeah. So once I try to bring that into everything I do. Now, in terms of me losing it, my children would beg to differ.
Understood.
But it's all good.
Understood.
I really firmly believe that that's faith.
Okay.
So if you believe it all works out for the good, if you believe it's all going to work out, if you believe that you've been given the things to make it through, man, F what they doing.
Right.
Because you're going to make it through.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the whole aspect of Positive Vibes Ventures. All right. Incorporated, we have already established that you have a lot of different business ventures that fall under that umbrella. What would you say is your favorite business venture?
I would say the favorite is, well, the one that's making me wake up in the morning.
Okay.
The one that keeps me from going to bed at night. You know, the one that I think about when I'm at work is the Docuseries.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
I mean, man, it's a beautiful thing. So it'll be coming out November 17th of this year, 2024.
Oh, wow.
All right. So
That's a good date.
it is a good day.
What?
That's my dad's birthday.
Okay.
That's your father's birthday.
Yeah,
Okay.
November 17th.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll say that. And I had a chance to do what you're doing. I interviewed over 45 people.
Wow.
Right, on my podcast. You can find our podcast wherever you find podcasts. If you're on the YouTube, it's called Get On Code, Our Black Empowerment.
Okay.
And on the podcast, I got a chance to talk to so many different people. And because we had a podcast, some of the publicity companies would send their authors our way.
Wow.
So I got a chance to interview people who are coming out with food books.
Okay.
Books on parenting, books on finance, books on a lot of different things. Futurism. I didn't know futurism was really a thing, but it's a thing, you know?
Wow.
So I got a chance to sit down and talk with a young lady who her whole job is to look 30 years in the future by the clues that we have now and try to determine what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it, and what things we need to really build now to be prepared for some of those opportunities.
That one Cleo, was it?
So guys, y'all need to do this right now, right?
I'm sorry.
Put down the money and I'll tell you what your life is going to be.
Y'all know I'm ignorant.
Okay, now, that's a nice throwback though. And she wasn't Jamaican either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, okay.
Hey, but that's awesome right there. I mean, and so it's a series.
It's a docuseries.
It's
So
a docuseries.
I have 3 episodes out.
Okay.
Right? And you can go to generationalflip.com. That's generationalflip.com. It's going to the streamers soon. So you'll be able to find it on the streaming sites that you normally go to watch your major content.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
Congratulations.
And the first season turned out to be about Black wealth. It's crazy, but I got a chance to be interviewed, or actually do an interview with a famous actor, and his name is escaping me right now. He has a podcast. He has a show called Tijuana Jackson Leaves Prison. So anyway.
So y'all look it up.
Yeah, Tijuana. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but he was in there. Regina King was in there. And in that interview, we talked about my project. And he's like, well, Seko, look, you interviewed over 45 people. Each one of those is easily 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to blow your mind to try to condense that into one project.
Right.
What I want you to do is to look at all your content and separate it into categories.
Right.
Each category becomes a season. And then you can slowly chop those things into episodes. And so that's what I did. And then
great advice. That's great advice.
Well, Romany Malco, that's his name.
Okay.
Romany Malco, look him up.
Shout out.
Malco.
Shout out
out.
to Romany Malco.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And especially for that advice. That's some great advice. right there.
So I took that advice, and episode 1, 2, and 3, which is season 1, dealt with Black wealth. And I had some luminaries. I had Angel Rich. You know, she just became a billionaire.
Wow.
Yeah. Her platform is called Credit Rich. One of her platforms.
Okay.
You know, she just not merged, but she did a joint venture with Visa.
Oh.
And another bank as well. So her business is now valued at right around $5 billion with a B, second letter. Right. So I have Angel Rich on there. I have Dr. George Fraser.
Okay.
So if you don't know who Dr. George Fraser is, look him up. And he's really interesting. We brought him here to Hampton Roads about 5 years ago. Really light, bright-skinned brother, right? And so
he said light, bright,
bright skin.
And people get upset with me when I say, you see what I'm saying?
But we from the same ilk.
Oh,
we from the same ilk. We from the same ilk.
Facts.
And it's interesting because he jokes about that. But this brother has built a network called Fraser Nation, which is one of the biggest networking conferences in the world. Not just in America, but in the world.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So we have George Fraser on there. We have A. Donahue Baker. A. Donahue Baker and his team started a it's a fintech bank called Money Ave. He's recently left and started some other ventures as well. But, he has 500 doors, which means he has 500 pieces of real estate. Yeah. For his son's second birthday, he bought his son.
Second.
Yeah, I'm listening. Look, I'm like listening. Like
a 8-space multi-unit property. In other words, one of those.
Can you say dad of the year?
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. So
Son.
second birthday. His son's name is Legacy. So he talks about how he does things and how he looks at things, and he has a 6-step process to create generational wealth. And the last step is how to manage wealth. Wow. And that's something, we can all make some money, but he's like, look, once you've made some wealth, these are the things you have to do to be able to maintain it and to be able to pass it on to 5 or 6 generations from you. Right. And he has a really interesting background because as a CPA, he got involved as a family, what's the word? It's a family.
I don't know.
Family office.
Your story.
It's a family office.
Got you.
And a family office is a group of wealth builders who work with a specific family, and their job is to take the family's wealth and 10x it. Wow. So they deal with taxes, they deal with investments, they deal with a whole bunch of things. And so a family, most millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires have family offices, and they're employed just to make the family more money.
That's dope right there.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Right.
I don't know
So we have A. Donahue Baker, we have George Fraser, we have Angel Rich, we have some William Randolph. Woo. We have a lot of luminaries on there who give up the goods and they give up the mindset piece.
And what's the name of the docuseries again?
It's called Generational Flip. And you can find that at generationalflip.com. It'll be on your streamers on November 17th.
Shrooms.
Not shrooms.
Hey. So drop that on them one more time for me.
Absolutely. Go to generationalflip.com if you want to see it early. Of course, it's a paywall. And you can hang out, learn from these luminaries who are giving up the goods on how we can shift our mindset so we can be prepared for the wealth opportunities that are here. That are here.
See? I got you, man.
Okay. All right.
Let everybody know how they can get at you and find out not only about you and everything that you got going on, but how they can connect with you in some shape, form, or fashion.
Hey, if you look up SEKO Varner, Seko Varner, you'll find me on YouTube, you'll find me on LinkedIn, you'll find me on Instagram, you'll find me on Snapchat, you'll find me, what's the other one, TikTok, Facebook. But the best way is to go to our website, which is positivevibesconsulting.com. positivevibesconsulting.com. If you're looking for a DJ, positivevibes.net. That's positivevibes.net. But if you just type in my name, it's one of those names that
it's gonna pop up.
Yeah, it's gonna pop up. You'll find me. Just type in SEKO Varner.
Brother, thank you so much for coming through, chopping it up with us, man.
You already know.
You already know.
If you ain't know, you already know.
That's what's
Listen,
up.
I'm gonna have Grandpa Crunk at my wedding, y'all. Stay tuned.
That's what's up. Well, thanks again, brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time that we have for this episode of A Local's Touch. I'm Latif.
I'm Kalisha.
And you already know.
Bye.
Hey.